Hello and welcome to the Do What If. Um, now, I'm gonna say, yes, I will probably in the future do a redo of my first idea of what if the what if deck was Leviathan. I will most likely do a redo of it, um, but that's in the future. I still have to get I will I'm still trying to figure out like a bit more story and a bit more uh, things in there I can put because as most it's fairly hard to make a fish on land kind of stuff without like doing some weird stuff that or not weird but like doing something else that doesn't really make sense. So I have to like find I guess a way to make it work fully so that it can work with like everything else. Like it's more smooth than just plot armor there just because of plot. Not just because of that. So I want to make like a bit story more about it, make it a bit more detailed, I guess. I have come a bit longer than before, but I'm still go trying to get more. But I'm not using full focus on that what if or redo because I needed to have most of my full focus on this one um, because I need a video today out. So yeah, um, I don't really. I guess I shall explain a few things. Now I couldn't. I tried to find like I guess a fan art of a hybrid of creeper and enderman, but I couldn't find none. So I just had two different. This one and this one. Um, the hair is basically changes a bit. It's like she uses the when Deku uses the Enderman powers, or and like basically uses Enderman powers. Then she gets purple hair, and when she uses the creeper or explosions or stuff like that, her hair turns green, and she can choose clothes and stuff like that. She wears both of them at the same time, and I tried to find like a I guess mob form instead of a human form as well. Um, and I could only find an Enderman. And I'm sorry, maybe this blurrier a bit. I'm sorry. It's best I best I could find like what I thought would look the best. And also, none of the pictures are mine. Just gonna say credits to the artists who made these pictures. But yeah, this is basically Izuku's mob form, at least from the Enderman. So yeah, and I have pictures of Izuku's parents basically here. Both of them are a hybrid from human and like the female or the mother is hybrid from human and Enderman, and Creeper is from Creeper and human. Get it? But I'm just gonna say as well, or I guess I'll get into the what if, at least the story about it or how the world works. Now, in this world, there are Minecraft is in basically in My Hero Academia, just a bit different. Mobs still there, and zombies and skeletons are also here, but um, zombies and skeletons still have the quirks, and like a zombie doesn't can eat like whatever meat, just it eats be raw meat. That's the only thing they can eat, and they don't get sickness. They don't um, need they don't yeah, basically that they don't get sick, and they can only eat raw meat. They don't need to drink. And skeletons doesn't need anything to live. They just are skeletons because they can't eat. They don't drink. They can be in water. The only thing that happens is they are like they like the same with the zombies. They get a small like pain not big pain. When the direct sunlight come on them, it isn't like they go in flames like in Minecraft. Just a bit of pain. Like the more there are, the stronger the pain is. That's basically a weakness of skeletons and zombies. And Endermans can basically can walk in water, but they're scared of water. Like most cats, basically. They're basically most cat like acts like most cats with water, but a few of them doesn't care about water because some of them train themselves to be not afraid of water. That is what Izuku will do, basically. Or I guess not Izuku, a female name for the female Deku. I don't know. I'll call her Deku or Izuku because I don't have a female name. I don't really want to. But yeah, and in this world, it's basically illegal for a human and a monster or mob to get together and have children. It's basically illegal and not allowed. Um, but for and Izuku's parents, Izuku's grandfathers and grandmothers, they were friends, and loved. They were friends. Like they can be friends, mobs and humans, but humans treat monsters like kind of like before, like in the past, they treated like the poor as bad, or like the caste system, I think it's called, like the poor on the bottom and the rich on the top, or the kings and priests on the top, kind of like that they have with monsters and humans, but not as much. It's more about the person who treats the monsters, because in law they are both equal, but from person to person they can be from different to different. Um, and like I said, they love each other. They hid from the rest of the world and hid their relationship. Hid their relationship, got children. Um, so yeah, and when they found out they were pregnant, they bas- basically faked their death and hid in the forest. So basically, they live in the forest, or a different, I guess, place you can call it. Yeah, and that's basically it about that. Now, like I said, I haven't gotten any request about if you want a ship. So for now, it won't be a ship, but I will maybe make a few my own characters. I'll probably have to do that, but not a ship, just as friends or something. So as for now, it won't be a ship, but if you really want to, I'll make a ship. It won't be a good ship, but yeah. Um. Now, I guess I don't know what else to say here, other than and when people die, it takes let's say about 10 years for a zombie or skeleton to be undead or come back to life, I guess. Um, so when a person dies, it takes 10 years and they become a zombie or skeleton, whichever happens first. And basically, and also the Nether exists and the Ends exist. Now, Izuku's home will be in the end because Endermen will mostly be peaceful. They're neutral. They only attack who attacks them, and Izuku or Deku will have when you look into her eyes, the more you look into it, the more rage she gets and more out of control she can be. But and she can train to control this rage. So yeah, and the Endermen, they don't care about if a human or another mob gets together and have children. They're actually this kind of protects them, I guess, because Enderman is basically the most OP because they have the Ender Dragon. They can teleport. They have a tiny telekinesis. Like you see in the picture, she can like move certain like materials, like dirt, TNT, and few other stuff. She can like do small stuff. All other stuff she can just do small, like metal. She can only do small amount of it. Let's say she can lift about 50, 50 kilos, or something. I don't know if that's very heavy, but especially with material. So, well, I'll say the max that an enderman can use their telekinesis is 50 kilos, kilos or whatever you call it. So yeah, and endermen, of course, are very tall. So she will be taller than the average woman, but not taller than All Might. She will basically be 175, practically almost a bit lower than Ida, or lead Ida. Yeah, Ida, it's the name. Basically a bit lower than him. So yeah, that's basically her height. Now, and she will live in the end, of course. She can go back. She can go to the overworld and the Nether as she pleases, of course. But yeah, now I won't go into the like. Um, uh, and and I'm not gonna start like at her birth, of course. But yeah, we're gonna say like when she is about, let's say, oh, and UA is a college, just because. Not really, not really why, just because really. Um, Deku or Zuku is about 14 years old. She can teleport just fine, and when someone tries to like shoot and projectile at her, she teleports automatically because of instinct, and she can control a bit of her creeper powers. Not she isn't as good as her father at the creeper powers, but she is a bit. She can control like when she wants to explode, but not like the amount of shit when she explodes. And I'm gonna say when creepers explode, they don't like die. They kind of like just make an explosion around them, and they don't get affected from the explosion. But a normal like creep or no like Izuku can only, or she a normal creeper. Ugh, I'm sorry. My mind is going other places. But the radius of the explosion is about, let's say, 10 meters, and she can't control how large. No, like her father can't control like if he wants it to be big or small, and where on his body as well. So he can basically fly as well, if he uses enough like power or stuff like that. Oh, and when creepers, no, skeletons and zombies come back to the living, they keep their quirks. Just a few quirks can like change. So yeah. Now, get to a normal day there for Izuku, going, getting food, playing with a few of her Enderman friends, just being a normal child, really. Other than she ain't going to school, of course. And she is pretty playful, a bit flirty as well. A bit flirty, not very much like a pervert, but a bit flirty, like flirts here and there. So yeah. And she, let's say, one day, she asks if she can go to the overworld, which of course her parents say no right away because she has never been in the overworld. And she asks and asks and asks until one day she gets fine, but be back at this and this time. You cannot be go too far or stuff like that, or she can literally go over the world. But so yeah, and she has been to the Nether. She has a few friends in the Nether, like a few wither skeletons or some pigmen. Or I guess there is there some pigments. Yeah, still I don't remember. But piglins, uh, basically a few mobs in the Nether she knows and her friends with. So one day she goes to the underworld. So when she goes to the overworld, she's of course in this form right here. She has always been this form mostly, other than when she used her crypt powers. And when she is on other overworld, she basically goes around and checks the place out and see how everything else is different and the different humans. And she because humans have never or nobody has ever seen a hybrid between an enderman and a creeper or a hybrid at all or tribrid. I guess Zuku or Deku is now. So yeah. And Zuku, uh, while she looks around, she bumps into someone. Or actually, she hears a scream for help. So she, of course, is curious of what's happening because where she's from, no one ever needs help, or people need help, of course, but or the Enderman needs help to different things, like because they basically have a fully lit civilization in the in the end, and they talk their own language, of course, like the distorted words. But yeah, Izuku doesn't can only speak to monsters as of right now. So yeah, so she goes towards the place because she never heard like this type of scream for help before. She have heard like calm scream for help, like that they need help to get something or to reach something because Izuku is pretty tall, of course. Then, so yeah, but she runs to this alleyway where she sees, and I forgot to get a picture of her. Dang it. I forgot about it. um, it's basically Toga. Um, um, but she's a zombie. Yes. I'm just trying to find a picture. I'm also find like, creepy. I can't really find any like good pictures other than like pixel art and stuff like that. So imagine how a female zombie would look like, not with a human skin, like green skin and decaying and stuff like that. So yeah, but not like one that looks creepy, like in the I guess Walking Dead and stuff like that. Just or I guess kind of like that as well. Basically a decaying zombie female version, because I can't find a picture other than like I found like one picture, but that is a bit I guess 13 or 16 plus picture, and I don't want that on my computer. So now like that, just picture her in front. Yeah, just picture her, how she looks like, because I don't have a picture. But yeah, she meets Toga, and she asks Toga if she needs help. And Toga says, yes, in monster language, because, of course, Izuku uh, uh, talks in Creeper because she has seen creepers before, and she has seen pictures of all the other monsters, mobs, and stuff like that, so she knows how they look. So she basically talks in zombie language, like the like zombies speak. Let's say that as well. Like every different mobs have their own language, but they all have like a unison language, but not everyone knows it, so they try to learn like everyone's language. And Izuku knows basically all the languages. So yeah, other than human speech. So yeah. Now Izuku basically asked what she needs help with, and that's when, or while there, Izuku and uh, Toga talks, the man, or the human, or the two humans, there are actually two, sees her, turns around and sees this girl. She looks like she's about 20 years old because of how tall she is, how mature she looks. So they say, huh, look at her, bro, fine woman. What do you think we have some fun? Hmm? Yeah, would be a good idea, huh? Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, what they want to do, I won't explain it because I don't know if I will like get a strike or demonetized or anything. I really don't make money of this, of these videos, of course, but like I don't want to risk anything, so I won't say the word. But yeah, if you know, you know. Basically, forced himself on Zuku. Yeah, they basically thinking of doing that. And Izuku doesn't understand a word they're saying. So she asked Toga, do you know what they're saying? Because I can't understand them. Language are they speaking? Which Toga says, don't you know? No, I don't know. What? And while they're talking, of course, they're going towards Izuku. And when they are, like, right in front of her, one of the people say, or she says, hey, who are you? Which they say, huh? Why do you speak that monster's language? Shut up and take it, or something. I don't know what they would say. And when, like, the first guy touches her, she gets this chill down her spine. That something bad is, that they're bad and not good people. So, she just teleports away, right in front of Toga, who is still on the ground, like, into a corner, sitting. And that is when, basically, the second person says, huh? So you have a teleportation quirk, huh? You think you're brave, you little girl? You think you're brave, girl? She says in monster language, like the universal or that everyone knows of, other than humans, says, what the hell are you talking about? I don't understand a word you're saying. And that's when basically one of the people, like the first guy, has one of them has a fire quirk, so he shoots fire at her. When he shoots fire at her, she teleports away, of course, and it doesn't hit Toga. Don't worry, but she teleports to the side, and now she understands what is happening. she's being attacked for the first time. So she doesn't know what she's supposed to do. So she's a bit panicking, like what to do, what to do, what am I supposed to do? While she's panicking, she unlocks this form, basically, or she morphs into this form and scares them away. And when they see this, and while she is screeching, like screeching or screaming at them, they run for their lives. They're pissed their pants. They're freaking scared as hell. So yeah, that's basically. And when she's and after like 10 seconds after they leave, she begins to calm down and comes back to this form. Um, Now and when she's back and calmed down, she thinks to herself, huh? What happened? Uh, that's when she says, oh, or she thinks, oh, I forgot the zombie girl. So she turns to Toga and she says, hey, are you alright? Yeah, thank you for the help, but aren't you human? Uh, no, I ain't human. Uh, do you have someone who cares about you? No, not really. No one really cares about me. Uh, well, good. So then Toga says, huh? What? And then basically, Izuku takes a hand on Toga's shoulder and teleports him to the end, into her house. And she says, "There, you have to stay for her for a while, at least for a few days or weeks. I don't know. Sorry." And Toga's like, "What the hell is this place? Oh, it's my home. Your home? It's literally empty. Outside there's literally nothing. Other than, and what is this stuff? It's endstone. Purple blocks. Purple. Stone. Or, I don't know what they're called, like, what they would be called, because they wouldn't be called blocks. I don't know what they would be called. But yeah, like the purple blocks, that's basically what the houses are basically purple blocks and sandstone. That's basically what they're made of. Basically what everything is made of. That's when the Toga says, huh? I've never heard of those things. What do you mean by end? Oh, I guess you never knew about this. Did you go to school or something? Because I've heard in monster school they learn about the different dimensions. No, I really didn't go to school. Oh. Well, this is the end. The home of endermans. The most neutral creature mobs in basically the world or dimensions. Or get a sec, and the pigmen are also neutral, so I guess it's kind of this one of the two neutral mobs. But I guess they kind of evolved to piglins, so now they aren't really that friendly, I guess, other than if you trade with them or give them gold. So I guess it's kind of like that. So I guess we're kind of the only one, but also not. Sorry, it's very confusing about everything. But if they're neutral or not, it's kind of confusing. Okay. That's when basically Izuku's parents come into the room because they heard her. They say, "Ah, you're back. How was your Izuku, why do you have a zombie here?" She was getting bullied by a few I don't know what they are. They look like me, but have the same skin as me. Have the same shade skin. Basically look like me, but it has powers, but not. And they said quirks or something. I don't know. All right. So you met some humans, sweetie. But also, why do you? So she was getting bullied from a few humans. Yes, and I could have told her I ain't human. Sorry. You what? Yeah, at least you did a good job of taking her here, bringing her here, instead of letting her loose. I guess we'll drop it off for now, but we'll talk about this later. So, what's your name, zombie? Well, my name was Toga. Ah, sort of one of those, huh? That person who came back to life after being dead. Always tragic when that happens. Always gets rejected from their old life. Humans and their freaking morals and rules. So yeah. Well, I guess you can stay here for a while or forever. I don't know. Uh, do you have parents or someone to take care of you or someone who cares about you? Well, not really. No one really cares about me, so because I'm a zombie now. So yeah. I guess it's fine. You can stay here. That's what she does. She stays with Izuku for, let's say, a few more years. And Izuku and uh, basically Izuku and Toga goes back to the old world. They're here and there, and Toga gets enrolled, or uh, the power, or Izuku gets Toga enroll in the monster school for zombies and skeletons who came back to life from being human. So yeah, a specialized school for that. So yeah, that's basically what happens. And we do his time suit for, let's say, 2 years. But that's what basically happens in the 2 years. She gets enrolled, she goes to school, Zuko goes here and there into the overworld, uh, checking everything out, getting news and stuff like that, getting information really, not to attack or anything, just to get basic information about the human world or the overworld. So yeah, that's basically what happens. But I think I end it here. I'll end. Oh, I'll end it here. There we go. That's the word I was going for. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this first part of what if Deku was hybrid of an Enderman and Creeper. Like I said, if you want to ship, if you really want to ship, put the ship in the comments. And plus, if you want me to get a person for the My Hero Academia universe, or like a mob, or if I should just make a whole different person, a whole new character, and that's basically a mob or a human. So yeah, you choose. But if no one wants to make it, when no one, not many people, or no one will want the ship to this what if, I'll most likely do a no ship. This will be no ship. So yeah. I hope you liked how I did this. But yeah. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll. Oh, and also, I'll most likely do a stream on Sunday, I think, or tomorrow. I don't know. One of those days. I will do a stream of live stream of me playing Terraria most likely. I have to test it a bit. Uh, Maybe, or else I'll have to play Minecraft, but I don't know. Just have to wait and see. Now, like I said, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later in the weekend.